Okay, so I've got a bunch of pointers here. It's been a busy weekend, a lot of ideas and stuff, but this is going to be a really good, just a really good entry. I've got tons of breakthrough material. I know for myself personally, it's taken me to the next level. If you're watching this, there's no doubt in my mind after this segment, you're going to walk away with some really good piece of information that's going to really take your game to the next level. So let's just move on. And what I'm working on right now is effortlessly building a social circle where everyone is getting laid and partying. And what that is right now I'm in school working on getting my career to the next level. But once that's done, I can get a house with a couple people, and then I can invite people over and start having functions and parties. I'm inviting cool guys. I'm inviting girls that I meet, and that allows me to hook people up and get people laid. Allows me to kind of get some solid buddies, and then just an overall good thing altogether. A lot of this is just general notes that I've kind of written down, but one thing that I notice is a really key thing, and for me now it's kind of almost down to like the micro calibration level. And just props to Mystery. He was the guy that I learned that term from, and you know where I'm at is trying to live in the zone where I can read micro calibrations as often as possible, and just really being in that zone where I'm actually consciously aware that what is a micro calibration. And one thing that kind of I made a note of is micro calibrations are kind of like with women, but what I noticed for myself, because I've had to learn a lot of these techniques and methods, is something I call micro intimidations. And that's when like another guy enters the scene, and he's on the same level as you are, or above you, right? And basically, what I noticed is like right away I kind of accommodated him and kind of like gave him some room. And you know just when it comes to stuff like that, like micro, like you don't have to change who you are when someone else who's important walks in the room. You don't have to bend the knee to anyone. You hold your ground, because if you hold your ground, if you give him ground, you're already giving away what's rightfully yours, to begin with. You're kind of giving him something that you don't need to give away. So just being like conscious of yourself, and like I'm not saying be a jerk or anything. Like be yourself and be a nice guy, but you don't need to like tone yourself down because there's another guy in the room who you don't know is your friend. Um, so just a little note there. Um, Opening and parting words carry resonance, and it's all about tone of voice, especially with women. Because if you're physically big, and you have a big persona, and if your tone is kind of a little bit threatening, you'll be eliminated very quickly by a lot of people. So it's very important that your tone conveys the right things and the right qualities, because you can have a larger than life persona, but if you've got a relaxing tone that sets people at ease and they want to be your friend, then that's the right combination for the lock there. But even words just like please and thank you, and names, especially those three things, when you say those three things, just the tone of voice and how you say it resonates, and it can make all the difference between a love-hate relationship that identifies with you. So just names, please, and thank you. Um, Now, one thing that I'm working on right now is, I'm kind of like remodeling my whole structure of how I run my techniques, I guess. And I can't say that I've done this, but I'm putting in my best laid plans, and hopefully by kind of seeing it before it happens, it'll already be a force of habit, and it'll actually pan out pretty close to what I imagine. So my objective right now, where I'm at, is to basically make out and touch as soon as possible, and number close and invite for sex that night or right away. And just going back, because I remember when I first read the game, it's like how to make out with girls right away, and I was doing that. I was on the Sky Train, making out with girls in like 2 minutes after like hey, and something happened. Like I stopped doing that, and now like thinking back, it's like up until just that aha moment, it's like I could actually do that, and that's a wonderful thing. Um, you know, it's wonderful in every way. There's no way, except from the haters, that it would not be a good thing. So that's my thing that I'm going to be trying to do. And just kind of like trying to screen girls as fast as possible. Like, do you have a boyfriend? If she says no, then do you want one? And it's like, because what I'm kind of almost expecting is for girls to say that they have a boyfriend, and that's what I'm expecting. And basically, I see that as kind of like a skill testing question. And I'm not saying every girl is like this, but I believe that there are some girls that say this just to screen out the amateurs from the real deals, the real alphas with the real alphas that are practiced and precise. And that's kind of like the ultimate DHV. If you can get through that and kind of go over that, then that's really kind of like a big green light indicator that you have the not all of the qualities, but you have a quality that she very highly values. And you'll know if she's indicating interest, if it's a legitimately like if she's just being polite, or if she actually genuinely kind of has a boyfriend. Um, kind of one thing that I want to try and be doing is, I kind of have to work on like how my temptation levels are at. Like if I'm like kind of like on a scale of 1 to 10, how tempting am I for like a girl to get intimate with me? I want to be kind of at like a 9 or a 10 at all times. And one thing that I want to be trying is like trying to make girls cancel their plans to be with me. Giving girls guilt-free strategies, like I weigh the appeal of what they were gonna do to like what I would do with them, like squirting like orgasms all the time, like all night long, like imagination land, and I think that I could pull them and tug them into my world, without any kind of complications whatsoever, and that just kind of dawned on me. But that's the power of the alpha male who can like sexually really be like a demigod in the bedroom. Um, so that's kind of one thing. Why do girls let their heels clump? That's kind of like one that I'm kind of like working on. Like it's just kind of more like a thing, but I don't know why girls do that. But and this one's really important, and I'm gonna actually make a new video because for some reason I can only make like 10-minute clips at a time, but it'll be on the next clip.